Hey guys, I'm Katie Cleary here for World Animal News, and we're here at the Wallace-Annenberg Wildlife Crossing in Agora Hills with Mayor Pro Tem Jeremy Wolf. And we're here because we want to see this beautiful wildlife crossing that's going to actually be finished at the end of the year, largest in the world. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so I'm so thrilled you're out here to learn about this amazing project, the Wildlife Corridor here in beautiful Agora Hills.
Yeah.
And this project is so exciting because it's really sparking the green infrastructure movement and showing the world the importance of wildlife connectivity. So we're here in the Santa Monica Mountains, which is a biodiversity hotspot. Yet we are in the second most populated city and the most populated county in the nation. Yet we have so much wildlife that survives here and thrives despite the human pressures between development, between roads, between rodenticide, rat poisoning that we're putting into the environment. We have tons of wildlife. While the mountain lion gets the most attention, there's still skunks and foxes and coyotes and deers and different reptiles and bird species that need, and bobcats. And they've already documented an owl using the corridor because it was the first time in 70 years that it was dark over the freeway. Animals don't feel safe crossing. 120,000 cars pass through here every day.
Oh my gosh.
And so the purpose of this is to make it feel like we're restoring the mountain. So wildlife won't even know that they're crossing. And with so many pressures from human development, we're squeezing wildlife out. So this is a lifeline, a linkage to open space and for biodiversity and for genetic diversity.
So we did a post on World Animal News a couple weeks back. We got about 1 million views on this about the wildlife corridor, about mountain lions. And a lot of people, the number one question was, how are they going to know to cross here?
Absolutely, and that is probably the number one question I get. But this is a natural funnel. And so that we actually have data from the mountain lion study that started in about 2000. They've collared mountain lions, and they've showed that on both sides of the freeway, mountain lions, several different mountain lions over the years have come to this location, then turned around on both sides, the north side of the freeway and the south side of the freeway, because they see this electric fence of mega development freeway. And so this is a natural funnel that wildlife historically uses and continues to use because, as I mentioned, it's the only open space on both sides of the freeway also. When you think about Los Angeles, you don't quite think about wildlife. There's so many other things that come to mind. Yet P22, the mountain lion, really captured the public imagination and showed that the resiliency of wildlife. If they can survive and thrive here, the resilience is inspiring to people. And so we need to do everything we can to give animals and wildlife the best shot of survival. This region used to be home to grizzly bears, black bears that we actually are occasionally seeing return.
That's good.
But it was home to wolves, it was home to jaguars, and now the only apex predator left is mountain lions.
What can people do to replace rodenticides and traps and all these inhumane methods? I mean, there are humane methods to use, and it's going to save mountain lions and all these other amazing species that depend on us to survive.
Well, at City of Agora Hills, I'm really proud. We just passed a resolution to make sure that we're not using rodenticides or glue traps within the city because they're so inhumane.
They are.
And so what people can do is pest-friendly management where they can make sure their trash is sealed up and all their nooks and crannies in the house are sealed up. And then you don't even really need the rodenticides. And so there's easy nature-based solutions.
How long did it take to get this up and running? I know it was like years.
So this has been in the works since 1990. They've been discussing about the wildlife corridor, and it's really come into fruition the last 10 years, and it's gotten so much momentum, and it's world famous now. Like, this has helped put Agora Hills on the map because we're kicking off the green infrastructure revolution, showing that these things work. Fran Pavley, she was the first mayor of Agora Hills and former state senator. She really helped get the first master plan. Liberty Canyon is actually an under ramp. So there was the thought at first that wildlife would use that to go underneath, but studies show that wildlife need a lot of space and to feel comfortable crossings. And so this has been a partnership of so many agencies and so many amazing partners. Wallace-Annenberg donated $25 million to this project.
Thank you, Wallace-Annenberg.
Thank you,
That's
thank
incredible.
you. Yeah, it is so incredible. The state of California has been heavily involved, and then donations.
Well, I mean, this is quite the project. So it's going to be done at the end of the year.
End of the year.
How much money did it take to raise?
So it was about $90 million was the cost. Yeah. And the vast majority of the funding was either from private donations a little bit of it that did come from government funds was set aside only for wildlife connectivity. So this wasn't funding that could go towards other projects.
In the future, what do you see in the next 10 to 20 years?
More wildlife connectivity. And so the issue here that we're really addressing, and the main star of this whole story, is the mountain lion.
Yeah.
Because mountain lions need large territories.
They do.
And so what we've done is we've created, like I mentioned, these island habitats. And so there's not new genetic materials that are coming in. So new mountain lions to mate with each other. And so what happens is you have some inbreeding, which then cause genetic defects. So there is a 99.99% chance mountain lions in the Santa Monica Mountains will go extinct in the next 20 to 30 years if there's no wildlife corridor.
Yeah.
They're putting in about 50,000 native plants that have been grown locally. They're not gonna be able to see the lights from the freeway.
Good.
I've been on top of it and the sound is muffled. It's really loud. The freeways are loud and it scares wildlife. And what I think is incredible is that this is just for wildlife. There's no human trails because they pick up on the scent, different wildlife. And so this is exclusively for wildlife here in the Santa Monica Mountains. So there's gonna be tons of cameras, but I also learned there's gonna be thermal cameras to detect heat signals. And they're going to be monitoring that. So they can pick up if there's somebody camping there, which is something we will not allow, and they will be enforced.
And so once this is done, this is phase 1, phase 2 will be over Agora Road.
Yes, and that's the really exciting part. And we're hoping that phase 2 will start in 2026.
Wonderful.
And it's going to complete the project, so it'll go both over the freeway and over Agora Road. We created this problem and we're taking the necessary steps to fix this problem. And we have to think like that. And there's so many other issues and it can become paralyzing thinking about all the problems in society, but we can make a difference to protect our wildlife and protect our habitats here. It's such a special region of the world and we have to protect it because once it's gone forever.
Well, thank you so much for your incredible work. We're here to support you with anything that you need. And thank you so much for watching World Animal News. Please visit worldanimalnews.com for more information.